you didn't just play short too, right? You were kind of like, as you got later in your career, you became the utility guy. You mentioned that. They moved Cal to short, kind of played a little bit. Did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy kind of bouncing around, or would you have just preferred to kind of be at the shortstop?
It's a mindset. Again, I was always a shortstop, and so when I realized that, well, Cal's, I mean, it's a no-brainer. He's going to be there.
Right.
So I said, but I can make the team as a utility guy. So I played second. I played third. I played outfield. And so that's what I wanted to be known as, a guy that could go in and play any position. Because like you mentioned earlier, I could play any sport. You know, give me a ball. You know, we'll play whatever. And good at hand-eye coordination. When I was a kid, I had a piece of plywood, and I cut it out like this, a little bit larger than my hand, and I nailed a little strap across the back so I could put my hand in the plywood and hold it. And I'd take a golf ball, and I'd get a concrete wall, and I'd throw that golf ball against the concrete, and when the golf ball would hit that plywood, I'd take the golf ball off. That's how I developed my hands when I was a kid. I did that all through high school. That was one of the drills I did.
Did you practice other positions too while you were in high school, or when you
just
were in high
second?
school?
I would get over second and try to show the second baseman how to turn the ball. You know, I was constantly teaching. Like the Orioles, when I played with the Orioles, they asked me to go to instructional league every year. So I would go down to the rookies, the A-ball guys, the rookie ball during the fall, and I would teach double plays, both sides. So I would turn them both sides. Didn't matter. And then Ralph Rowe, our hitting instructor, asked me to teach bunting. So I taught bunting. Well, I also bunted from the left side, so I bunted just as good from the left side as I did from the right side. So Rowe goes, man, you're a pretty good bunter. Have you ever hit left-handed? I said, no. He said, well, when you go to Rochester, you're going to be sent down. He said, try left-handed. So the first game I got into, I had two guys on. I hit a 3-run home run left-handed.
Did you
really? Win the game 8-5, yeah.
Never batted left-handed before? How long did that last?
For about 0 for 40, and then I switched back. I figured I better learn how to hit right-handed first.
Pretty hard move to make. AAA.
Well, they started doing this and this and this, and as long as they threw a fastball, I didn't care, man. That's all I wanted to see was a fastball.
That's so funny. Do you think it's valuable to teach young kids how to play multiple positions at a young age?
I think one of the best things we did was when your dad and I did those Bonner Valley baseball camps. This was, and we were doing them during the summertime, and after we got out of ball here in Rochester, and we would have 25 kids or whatever, 12 on a team, and I remember the kids were sitting there, and I go, you know what's going to happen to you one day? I said, a coach is going to come up to you, and he's going to say, have you ever played second? And if you say no, what is he going to do? He's going to ask the next kid. Yeah. He said, so this camp, you're going to play every position, whether you like it or not. You say, I'm not a shortstop. Well, you're going to play third. You're going to play outfield. We're going to rotate you the whole week. So you'll know in right field where you need to be, where your cutoff man's going to be. So we did like a miniature spring training with the Orioles. We had an old manual called the Oriole Way. And so we ran all the plays the Orioles did with like these 8, 9, 10-year-olds, And so that's what I did. And John did. So they'd know how to.
Yeah.
If a coach ever asked them when you get to high school.
Yeah.
You ever play second? Yes. Okay, go play second.
Yeah. I think it's important. You
got to know where everybody is.
Absolutely.
And that's what we were telling them. Like in the outfield, when I played, I knew when I caught the ball, as I turned, I knew where my cutoff man was going to be.
Yeah. I
didn't have to look for him.
Yeah.
So it just saved me an element, maybe a tenth of a second. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Yeah. Baseball, just how you can say, that's why I was getting rid of the ball so quick. Yeah. At second base or shortstop, the fact that guy's running.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, and I think, too, with younger players, a lot of times, they just, I'm a shortstop, so this is what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to practice these other positions. But ultimately, look at you. You were a Hall of Famer at A&M. It's not like you weren't a good shortstop, but you don't know when the Cal Ripken of the world is going to come along.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And then now what? Okay, I can adjust. I can play. Oh, yeah, I can play here. I can play here. Like what you said about, I just want to be in a lineup. Give me in a lineup. Anywhere. I'll play wherever you want me to play. Put me in a lineup. And I think having the ability to do that as a young kid, and teaching that and just say, hey, listen, it's not like you have to spend all your time training, right field if you're a shortstop, but you should know how to play the position.
Well, I don't know if you know this story, but in the 84 was my last year. And before the season started, we were down in spring training. There was someone interviewed me from up here in Rochester. They flew down. So they interviewed me about, being sent down again with the Orioles. And I said, this is my last year. I'm walking away after this year. So when the coaching and the Orioles heard about it, they called me into the office in spring training and said, man, you're committing suicide. No, we don't have to play. I said, well, then don't. And they said, well, we'll give you a release. I said, well, release me. Because at the end of the season, I'm done. Well, you're not going to play. I said, well, that's fine. Rochester's my home. I'll just, it's okay. So they had another shortstop. I think it was Ricky Jones, and maybe somebody, I can't remember. And right before the season started, Ricky got hurt. So I'm in the lineup the first 20 games at shortstop. Then the second baseman got hurt. I'm 25 games at second base. Then the third baseman got hurt. I'm 17 games at third base. Then the center fielder got hurt. I'm playing center. I'm playing left. I'm playing right. I played first base. I played the entire season, had the greatest year I ever had, playing 8 different positions.
Oh, my gosh.
That was my last year. And then the team voted. I know we had a terrible year. We lost a lot of games. But the team voted me the MVP.
If you enjoyed that clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the full podcast, click right here. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you find this content valuable.